What's up, everybody?
What's happening, family?
And welcome back to another episode of
Is This Gonna Cause an Argument?
My name is Angel Lakita Moore. I'm legally known as Angel Tanksley, but on these internet streets, I'm known as that chick Angel, that chick Angel, Angel, that chick Angel. Do y'all be listening? Well, y'all ain't got to see a new vlog in so long. I was about to say, y'all know my theme song? You probably don't, but the vlogs are coming back. Anyways, I'm joined by my sexy, just thoroughbred of a man who's also my co-host. Tell him who you are, baby.
I'm Marcus Tanksley, a.k.a. Tank, the other host of This Is Gonna Cause an Argument. Fam, if this is your first time tuning in, we welcome you. Okay, this is a podcast we do every single week, and we pretty much talk about whatever we feel like it. And we've done so for almost 10 years. 10 years, and we enjoy it, and hopefully you will enjoy it.
Yeah.
And every week that we do this, we are joined by our wonderful immediate family. That immediate family is our Patreon. All you got to do is go to patreon.com/thatchickangel and sign up for the low of $5 a month. When you do that, you get all the exclusive behind the scenes stuff. You get the pre and post episode posting as I watch the dude pass by with my food. He don't know where he's going. You should join in on that immediate family, okay? We call them immediate family because we're a little bit closer, okay? We talk about all the stuff that ain't talked about at the family reunion. We wait until the doors is closed. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We wait until the kids is outside, then we can talk freely about your auntie that can't cook macaroni and cheese. Why did y'all even give her that recipe every year? You know it ain't good. It ain't nobody got the heart to tell her. But she needs to keep it at the house. That's what we talk about in the immediate family. We are also joined by some wonderful sponsors.
We are. I
Andrew,
love this.
You want to tell them? Because I don't want to speed through it.
I know. Everybody noticed you slowed down, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
Y'all can kiss my ass. I don't even care. That's the last time I'm going to do that.
Oh, wow. It sounded good. Our two amazing sponsors are Skylight Frame and Shopify. Can't wait to tell you all more about them later on in the podcast once my husband starts acting professional and put his phone on silent.
Shut your mouth.
Oh my goodness. That's what you get. The more you act up, the more things are going to fall apart around you.
That went great because y'all, I am exhausted right now.
Why are you so tired?
I have no idea. I couldn't fall asleep. Maybe that's what it is. And I think the food this weekend. I went ham on my cheat days.
He went beef on his cheat day.
I didn't eat no beef. That was turkey.
And then you ate a beef burger.
I bit into it, and then I was like, oh, this is beef. And I stopped it. I didn't finish it.
Marcus, you kept taking bites. I sat and watched you. You might not have finished it.
I took one bite. I wrapped it up in the aluminum foil. I ate a hot dog.
Wait a minute. Hold on. The one that got wrapped up in aluminum foil was a whole patty that the dog ate.
I'm letting you know.
Okay.
You told me that was beef. I said, no, it's not. I bit into it. I said, this is beef. And I put it in the trash where the other stuff was.
So you remember you made a whole burger with it, right?
That was the one that was still a turkey. That one was a turkey. No. I ate a Beyond Burger. And then I fixed another one. That one was beef. And I didn't eat it. Girl, I know what the hell I did.
No, when I know you had made a burger. You were saying, I just bit into it. I'm like, but you actually made it with.
Yeah.
Okay, he went beef, like I said.
Anyway, my cheat day food, I went to King Creole in the mall because they actually do it right. And I went there, I got me some loaded, this was on Saturday? Friday?
I don't know
me either. Got me some loaded fries. They loaded fries are so fire. Got me some fried cafe. I don't know. Pickles, lettuce, some sauce, some shrimp. I think they might put crab on. I don't know what's on the fries. But when I say loaded, that thing is heavy. Got me loaded fries, fried catfish. I should want a grill, but I was like, let me go on and get fried, just see what it's like. And then I got grilled shrimp. That was a meal. And then they got beignets. They ain't New Orleans beignets, they French beignets. I don't know. The kids thought it was the beignets, like the beignets that they had in Disneyland, Disney World. I said, those are not beignets. Don't ever call those beignets ever again.
Why can't they call them beignets?
They were not beignets by no means of the word. But these places, they got me. They had them like medium rare, like I like them.
The ones in Disney are beignets.
No, they not.
Why? What? How are you deciding what is a beignet? And
A
what
beignet
ain't?
is good. Things is chew. Rash.
You didn't like the
They
beignets
should
at
not
Disney?
be fixing beignets at Disney World or Disney anything. Stop it.
Why was it bad?
They were horrible. They were hollow, for one. It was literally a line of fried crust with sugar on it, nothing in the middle. You bit into it and it just crunched down. This place, they things was thick and doughy. Marcus had too. I said, "You want a beignet?" He's like, "Yeah."
If it's bread, it doesn't matter. Marcus is going to eat it.
I got the small order, which came with 6. So I ate 2. Marcus had 2, and I let the twins and the Mars split 2. That was on that day. Then the next day, so that was Saturday. Sunday, I don't remember what else I had.
You had hamburgers and hot dogs.
And I never eat that. I ain't had that in a long time. Had hamburgers and hot dogs. And I think my body was just like, now you're going to be uncomfortable and exhausted. You're not going to sleep well. Idiot.
I feel like we really should. I don't know why you don't necessarily want to, but we should really get a sleep study for you. Just find out how we can help you get like optimal sleep. Is that not something you would want to do?
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know how you feel about having your sleep interrupted, because I know that happens often enough.
Oh yeah, it actually came up this weekend when Nina was in town. Is my protection mode and what's it called? I guess paranoia be waking me up. Not like I wake up like, but I will frequently wake up and listen for things going on in the house. I'll check the cameras in the outside, front yard and backyard, and then I'll lay back down. And a lot of times I have a hard time going back to sleep.
Yeah, falling back.
But also things will like the kids flushing the toilet, going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. That will wake me up. I'm like, what is that? Oh, okay. I went through I went through a phase to where I used to be a light sleeper back like years and years ago, like back when I still lived with mom and them, had my own place. And then that left. I was a deep sleeper. I used to sleep pretty deep, and then that went away.
So what I was going to say is that might be maybe if you got more oxygen. Denora, she did that sleep study, and maybe that's it. If we had like more, I don't know how they do it, oxygen flowing through you, your body might be able to get to a better state of like deeper rest. Yeah. So that you're not so easily snapped up out of sleep and not able to go back in.
Because I wasn't feeling good after I ate that food.
No.
That definitely went into play. Because I woke up like, oh my God. Why didn't I go to sleep? Like,
I was
that food.
Oh,
actually,
it's probably the combination of the food and maybe the alcohol.
It was never the alcohol.
Yeah, because you were drinking.
I had 2 glasses.
And they look like heavy pours.
There were only 2 glasses.
Let me tell you about this man, my husband. I had to throw my first official event for the Jack and Jill teens. Jack and Jill of America is a mother's organization. We basically curate events around cultural, educational, and civic topics for our children. Most of our children are Black because most of the members of Jack and Jill are Black. And all the kids are split up into age groups. Actually, they're called grade groups. It depends on what grade you are in school. And there is a mother who leads each of those grade groups. If you are the leader of the high schoolers, you're called the lead teen advisor, because the teens are actually supposed to be the ones that are now curating their own experiences. Yeah. So as a lead teen advisor, I make it my business to try to curate additional events that allow them to bond, to have fun, because this is their last years together. So my first kickoff event, I decided to throw the teens a pool party. We threw it at my girlfriend Lauren's house because she has a pool and it would, work perfectly. So my husband and Lauren's husband are friends. So my husband was like, Marcus was helping me, by grilling the hamburgers and hot dogs. Cause I was like, we'll just do hamburgers, hot dogs, salad, chips, and some fruit for the kids. That'll be enough. They don't need nothing exquisite. So he brings down the food as well as he brings down his liquor.
I already had my drink fixed.
Yeah. And I could tell when you were telling me that when I called to find out where the food was and you were like, what were you eating then? You were like, oh yeah, I didn't even know. That's what you said. I was like,
that sandwich I ordered for him.
Oh.
I started that morning.
Oh, okay. So he's feeling good. First of all, he done left the younger kids at the house. I was like, where are somebody said,
there, we can see our house from their house. Who cares?
Somebody said, where are the babies? I said, apparently at the house by themselves because me and little Marcus are here. And so is he, my husband.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's having a good time drinking. This man comes outside and starts conversing with the mothers that happen to be there. And I was like, all right. Lauren just had to cover her face. She was like, Angel, get your husband. I was like, Marcus said, I'm going to stand closer to you. So if I go too far, you could just rub my leg. And I was like, yeah. He was like, what am I saying? What am I saying anything that I can't be saying?
Like a bunch of grown ass people here. Ain't nobody's boss here. Ain't no pastor here.
Oh my God. And what he doesn't realize is how much louder he gets. I think you do, but you can't hear how loud you get.
I'm talking to a group of women sitting around. Y'all was already loud.
No, I'm more so saying you're talking loud while also cussing. That's it.
All right.
That's all. Like he was like, yeah, these MFers. I told him I don't give a F about the
I didn't say all that.
You said F a couple of times. That's the only reason why I was like, he's feeling good. He's definitely feeling good. It is what it is. Don't get offended.
All right. I didn't know what I was saying. It wasn't dropping them F's like that.
No, you dropped F-bombs though.
Okay. It wasn't back to back to back to back.
Okay. Then your opinion. Absolutely. But let's talk about our first sponsor. Yes, shall we? Absolutely. This episode is sponsored by Skylight Calendar. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if you're a person who carries around a physical notebook to try to write down your notes. If you're somebody that's over there trying to put sticky notes everywhere, well, throw it all away, okay? Because you don't need all that confusion. Skylight Calendar is here to help your family be organized. This beautifully designed digital display syncs your existing calendars, making it effortless to track events, appointments, and reminders in one easy-to-see place. With all the things that we're having to do, especially if you're a mom, okay? Because you're not just tracking your own business. You're tracking your children's calendar, meaning what do they have to do at school? What field trips do they have? Then outside of school, if they're in sporting events, if they have friends that have birthday parties, I should say. It's so much to try to keep organized and then not forget. Listen, I forget my keys. So how am I going to remember these dates off the top of my head? Don't have to worry about that anymore and can avoid the last minute oops moments, okay? Skylight Calendar was designed to connect the digital and non-digital worlds while bringing families together. It is a Wi-Fi connected digital display that showcases your family's schedule with clarity, color, and brilliance in either a 10-inch or 15-inch HD touchscreen. This all-in-one smart calendar syncs seamlessly with Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, Outlook, and more, giving you customizable views for daily, weekly, and monthly planning. You will be able to manage events, chores, and grocery lists while assigning colors for each of your family members and eliminating excuses of not knowing what they needed to do. With the free Skylight companion app, you can add or update events, lists, and more on the go. Your happiness is Skylight's happiness. So if in 120 days you're not 100% 100% thrilled with your purchase, you can return it for a full refund, no questions asked. Right now, Skylight is offering our listeners $30 off their 15-inch calendar by going to myskylight.com/argue. Go to myskylight.com/argue for $30 off your 15-inch calendar. That is myskylight.com/argue. So I'm feeling all right. My stomach is doing some crazy things. But outside of that.
When was the last time your stomach felt okay?
I would say.
You need to go get a study. You need to go get some things checked out.
You're 100% right.
Why haven't you done it?
I don't know. I have to find a doctor that I want to go to. But I 100. Listen, I'm not going to take no offense to that. I
ain't
know.
Expecting you to. It's like as much as I hear about we all hear about your stomach. I don't think you ever keep it to yourself.
No.
But that's like not a good thing.
I also think for me, a lot of times when my stomach is doing something like stupid, I can not pinpoint, but I can pretty much go back to think about what did I have to drink? What did I eat? And pinpoint that's what your stomach didn't like. Silly. Them little spritzers. My stomach didn't like it.
What are you talking about?
I had spritzers yesterday. My stomach didn't like it. It was like, what is this? And why are you doing it? I had a chai tea latte from after he did his SAT tutoring. I was like, there's this cute little cafe over there. Like, vibe is dope. I wish I actually would have sat in there and did work. But I went and I was like, I'm going to get a chai tea latte to support. That thing cooked my stomach to shreds. Figure that out real fast. So a lot of times I'll be knowing what it is, but I still do need to get checked out. There's some other things that don't make me happy. And I'm used to being extremely healthy. So I'm like, is this age or is there something going on? You feel me? Why are you looking at me like that?
How am I supposed to look at you?
You looking at me like, girl, if you don't just shut up.
No.
What's this look then?
I'm listening to you.
It's a look. Yeah. What? What? Are you laughing at us, Marcus?
Oh, Jesus.
Whatever. Anyway, I wanted to bring. Why did it go away? I wanted to bring up something that I had saw recently online, and it has to do with actually one of my sorority sisters, who is a major fashion designer.
Angel, girl, what time is it?
TikTok o'clock. Now, as we all know, the ongoing boycott from the Black community towards Target is still going. Mm-hmm. Our family still has
CEOs have to step down and everything.
Yeah, but he probably getting the biggest. But
it's like it's still. This is a boycott that's actually, I don't know what good it's doing, but it's actually working.
Well, here's the thing. I think he's stepping down from CEO, but about to be appointed head of the board. So it's like,
but Target is taking a big hit. Like,
hopefully so. Well, there is a fashion designer that I love. She's so good. Her work is so good. Her name is, hold on, I got to pull it up. Her name is Kalana Brown. And she has done collaborations with Target before. I own a bunch of her pieces that she dropped with Target pre-boycott. Well, I'm so sorry, y'all. She ended up with another collaboration that she, I do believe, signed the contract for prior to the boycott. And let me see if I can clarify that. Now, when she announced the new line, I definitely thought, oh, this is her collection, not in Target. Because she also, in her caption, told people to go to her website. But it turns out that she is exclusively selling these things at Target. Now, she did sign the contract before the DEI situation happened. And people, it's like we've seen our good girlfriend Tabitha Brown go through the ringer for her stance on how people should or could. I don't even want to say should. Could go about this Target boycott. But I wanted to get your thoughts on people who are continuing to work with Target during this boycott.
Me personally, I don't see it being a problem. The biggest issue with this entire Target thing is Target not being loud about the things that they do. They were loud about the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you are this Target literally just rebranded their DEI to take the heat off them from their investors. They didn't they didn't go through and do this sweeping thing of firing a bunch of black people. They literally rebranded it to just to make the rich white people happy that which is their investors. That's all they did. And they could have kept quiet about that instead of, well, we're doing, just shut up about it. Instead, they said that out loud instead of saying out loud, well, we're actually the highest employer of black people other than the federal government. That's how many black people we hire. We actually do more collaborations with more black designers than any other corporation that ain't black owned. They didn't say that out loud. I put all this on the blame of Target. That was like a very stupid move, and probably their investors and them thinking, oh, well, you know, we can afford to lose that dollar. Can't nobody afford to lose the black dollar. That's been proven.
Very correct.
So, and also with that, people want to boycott Target. Perfectly fine with that. If that's what you want to do it. However, Target is a business just like anything else. If Target has something in there that's selling, they're going to re-up on it every single time. Target does not care who is the person providing it to them. If it's Crest toothpaste selling like crazy, they're going to sell Crest toothpaste. Is Oral-B ain't selling, they're going to get rid of it. I said this back when all this started happening. I'm like, if you want to really make a point of it, go in there and only buy black products. And what's going to happen? They're going to boost the amount of black products in Target, helping out everybody with a corporation that literally didn't even change anything. They just said the wrong part out loud. So people want to collaborate with Target. Guess what? All money is green. It ain't black. It ain't white. It ain't purple. It ain't yellow. If Target want to collaborate with me, I'm going to do it. Because guess what? Guess what? The people that are still shopping at Target ain't got to know it's my product.
You so sad.
They do not have to know. If they like the product that I'm providing, buy it. Me and Greg said it a long time ago. I said we should go in and start making a bunch of MAGA and Confederate flag stuff and just sell the hell out of it.
No, they'll be like,
and then now they ain't got to know. Ain't got to know who they buying from.
This is great.
Absolutely.
They would love
And then once the campaign closes, you bought all that from my black ass. Yes, I made money because all money is green. I don't get like people that don't have a dog in the fight will be the loudest on what you should and shouldn't do. I don't look down on anybody that wants to collaborate with Target because guess what? Being in any department store that enormous is just good business. Like I said, Target ain't did nothing to hinder or hurt black people. They didn't go through and do this sweeping change. And like I said, getting rid of this sweeping layoffs and they didn't do any of that. They probably had to lay people off now because they lost money. Because we decided to boycott. Think about the reverse effect that that's having. All these people that's had to get laid off and black people because because so many black people work for them because black people stop shopping there. Again, I get the boycott. I 100% get it. Like she said, we ain't did no shopping at Target.
We haven't shopped at Target since January the 17th of 2025.
That's my take on it.
This is, my thoughts are different than yours. I do.
Exactly. I'm sorry. Why just Target also?
Okay, I'm gonna get.
Let
me
go ahead. My bad.
I do. I still am a little bit perplexed. And everybody, when I asked the same question, I said, okay, so why are we doing this with Target? And they were like, because they made us believe they were one of the good guys, and then they did this.
Ain't none of these.
So, but for me, I'm like, well, somebody who has looked out for me, I'm going to give them more grace than someone that never looked out for me. I'm not going to be like, well, Walmart, you never said that you liked us, so I'm going to still be with you.
Right.
That part doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. To be like, well, yeah, they never said they had black people's back, so we going to keep shopping with them. I do believe that this boycott is having an effect. It is hopefully moving the needle. I don't know how, because, Target could easily just like be like, okay, we're rolling back our rebrand. But what I have noticed outside of this Target boycott is that there are a lot of places rebranding.
Yeah.
Due to all of these mandates coming out of the White House for fear of lawsuit. And I'm talking about places where you would think we would never experience something like this. In the private school sector, okay, private school does not receive federal funding. So you would think y'all can do whatever the heck y'all want to do. No, they are still liable in the regards of someone could sue them because they aren't falling in line with federal mandates that are coming down. So even places where you're just like, this is not a for-profit place. This is we are developing human beings and getting them ready to graduate out of the school system to become adults in the real world. Even in those type of institutions, people are having to operate out of fear, not knowing what could happen to those institutions due to our current administration. So with that being said, I am going to always, how can I put it, be slow to anger and slow to tell someone what they can and cannot do when it comes to how they have to go about partnerships and making money. And this is what I mean by that. I think people give entrepreneurs less grace than they do people who work a 9-to-5. I don't think anyone would be pissed off at someone who still works at Target, whether it be corporate or in store. I don't think they would be like, how dare you?
Yeah, how dare you work at Target? How am I supposed to pay my bills?
I don't think that they would ever put that type of judgment. But entrepreneurs, I think everyone believes we have so many opportunities elsewhere.
Right.
As if opportunities are just throwing themselves at us left and right, and that we're able to continue to pay the bills that we already set up because we thought we didn't know that this was going to happen. So there are collaborations or business opportunities that some people have already aligned with certain businesses that they did not know. Now, there are people who are about it. There's a influencer that I don't know if I follow her or not, who is the type that be like, I'll turn down money, I'll turn down this. She also, to me, looks like a woman with no children. So I can also understand why she's able to do that. There are certain things I just ain't ever going to sacrifice when it comes to my kids. I'll let the world be mad before I'm like, well, I had to do it because more than moral compass, because there's a lot of things for my kids I'll do that'll go against my moral compass. I'm going to be real honest about that. When it comes to my children, they are first. Everything else is murky.
My children are my moral compass.
So, come on, that's the word, truly. So, I can understand how some people who are like avid activists, when I look at the Amanda Seals of the world, these are a lot of people who when they have to take a hit because they are so deeply rooted in what they feel like is right and wrong, that if their pockets take a hit, they're the only ones that have to deal with how those pockets took a hit. them and the cats. That's it.
Yeah.
Where with me, I'm like, if I am not putting a bullet in someone's head, and we might have to bleep that out. If I'm not actually the cause of someone actually for real losing their life, you're not going to make me feel terrible about deciding to do something that I know is going to put my children in a better position.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So for me, boycotting Target, it is now no longer actually not beneficial. It's not comfortable. Before it was very easy. Mm-hmm. Now I see myself having to inconvenience myself a lot, especially now that my kids are in school because I cannot shop at Target, but I'm still there. Even though I don't fully agree with this boycott necessarily, but I also am a person that is a team player, and I'm like, because I don't have a better idea at this moment in time, I'm going to go with the idea that's on the table.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I don't know what boycotting Target is actually proven in like the grand scheme of things, because like again, people ain't loud about Amazon, Walmart, or none of these other places. People ain't even loud about supporting Costco more, which Costco said we are absolutely not removing no DEI. Matter of fact, if you come work over here, we'll look out for you in A, B, and C ways. But you go in Costco, how many black products you gonna find in there?
And barely any.
I ain't talking about black stuff for black people to use. I'm talking about black owned products. Like, and again, Costco was like, no, we gonna be on the polar opposite side of this thing, and we gonna, if you don't lost your job, if you want to come here, hey, this is what we doing. We not supporting what they doing over there, which is, for a corporation in this day and time to step up their bold is just like, oh, that's big. But again, Costco ain't doing what Target doing for black people.
And I'll say this, Target, Sahar inside of our Patreon, she brought up, a lot of DEI stuff popped up in 2020 after George Floyd. This is what I will say about Target. They were already deep in these streets with black folk before George Floyd. They were already having a lot of collaborations with black designers before George Floyd.
And not just in February, like throughout the year.
And I can tell you this because I was in them Target streets. I was introduced to a lot of brands because of Target, a lot of black brands that I wasn't aware of because the algorithm wasn't showing them to me. I was finding them in Target. So that's, again, one of the reasons why it always pinged in me a little different when people were like, we're boycotting Target, because I was just like, I don't get why we're boycotting the one company that I felt like I saw us in. But okay, if this is what we're saying is needed to be done,
right?
Okay, I don't personally think it is, but I'm also not about to sit here and take up my brain space right now to be like, okay, what would be the better thing to do?
Like again, we not the leaders stepping up like this is what we need to do. But that's even at the beginning of this. I was just like, when people, when Tab, came into her controversy and everything, and I was like, people don't understand. If the only wine in Target that's selling is Tabitha Brown's wine, guess what they gonna do? Clear the shelves off and put up only Tabitha Brown's wine. Because that's all they care about is what's selling and what's not. Yeah. So you got these black people that's got these contracts that's making a livelihood for their families in Target, and now we're like, well, we ain't going over there. And giving all the heat to, not to say that people are still, everybody's still doing Amazon and Walmart, but ain't nobody seeing it like the loudest about Target. Yeah. And it's just like, now, wait a minute, y'all. This is not too different from the hypocrisy that's happening with old boy that just expired last week. Yeah.
Oh, and sorry, I misread what Sahar was saying, but still a point that I wanted to bring up, but that wasn't the point that she was making. So yeah, I'm still in these boycott streets. I don't think there's very many people really in these streets with me. I feel like there's a lot that's dibble and dabbling.
My Bevel Products, black owned company, was right there. All I had to do was go right to Target and get my razors, my shaving cream, all of that. What's he doing now? That y'all ain't going in there supporting this black man. Where else can you get his products? Amazon? Like, come on, y'all. But If this is the train I'm on, I'm gonna ride hard.
So I'm going to go to our second ad, but then I have a question for you. All right. So excited to tell you all about our longtime sponsor, Shopify. Now, listen, as I told y'all so many times before, we have entered into a world back in about like 7-8 years ago that I don't think we thought we would enter to, and that is e-commerce, right? Me and my husband started businesses and we sell stuff online. When I tell you, did we get a business degree? We didn't. So do we know what we're doing? We don't. Luckily, Shopify is there to help us with all the things that we are so confused about that actually make it possible for us to get our products out to our audience. And it is a true game changer. Everybody says game changer these days. I'm going to come up with a different coin. I'm going to coin a different phrase, okay? But it is a game changer. And for millions of businesses, the tool that helps them get to their customers and get their products to where they're supposed to be is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started like Mama Likes. Getting started with your own design studio is so easy. With hundreds of ready-to-use templates, Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand's style. Accelerate your content creation with Shopify's helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. Get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you and easily create email and social media campaigns where your customers are scrolling and strolling. And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing, returns, and beyond. If you're ready to sell, then you're ready to Shopify. Turn your big business idea into cha-ching with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/argue.
Argue.
Go to shopify.com/argue.
Argue.
Shopify.com/argue.
Argues you.
Cha-ching. Okay, here's my question for you, baby. Without saying the man's name, because I actually do not want to give his name any more life. I want it to disappear into the air if he's not going to be villainized the way he should be in history books. Where is the line for a person to be considered a Christian? And this is what I mean by that. I saw somebody say in a post, somebody that I know that I went to college with, a black man at that. I don't know if he's a pastor or a minister. It was somebody who I had a lot of high respect for as we were growing up together as teenagers into 20-year-olds. Little bit of a docile person. But I saw someone say, he was a Christian first. So outside of all the politics, we know for him to be absent with the body, he is present with the Lord. And I've been trying to figure out where, as two people who claim to be Christians, I know you claim it a little more loosely than I do.
Absolutely.
But I claim it with white knuckles, okay? Where is the line that we draw? Because I feel like there are people who we consider monsters. Okay, I think everybody, for the most part, agree. Most people who are mentally sane would agree. We agree that Hitler, monster. Like what he was trying to do, monster-like.
And what he did.
Yes, what he did and what his goal was, his overall arching goal. Monster. So even if he was carrying the Bible, we would be like, that's a monster. Where do we draw the line? Because obviously any and everybody, based off of the Bible, which is where we get our what is supposed to be our prescribed beliefs and what we hold to be true in our own spiritual walk. And I'm using that in a generalized way because I obviously know there are Christians who find who take argument with some of the things that are written in the Bible that we use in the modern world. However, I feel like if there was someone who was sexually assaulting people left and right, left and right, but had given themselves to the Lord at the age of 5,
Can you
right?
say that? Do we have to bleep that or something?
I can say sexually assaulted is the other word that usually you have to.
I know people say SA now, like
they do. So, but in our Bible, anybody can come to the Lord and confess their sins and confess with their mouth that Jesus is the Lord and believe in their heart that he was raised from the dead and they shall be saved. But where do we draw the line of, but dude, you're not a Christian? Like, I'm trying to figure out where that line is.
I think it depends on who you're talking to and who you ask this question to. Me personally, like she said, I claim Christianity a little more loosely because I do be extremely into history. The history of Christianity is an extremely violent one. It's probably one of the most violent religions that's ever been founded. Even from the time of St. Augustine, black man, who incorporated Christianity to be Christianity. And it's been used for evil and violent purposes. The Bibles that we have today are called the approved versions because they were the books that they gathered together and a certain committee, the government at the time, imagine that our government who's in office right now, approving books for people to read. This is where the Bible came from. They said, these are the approved versions. Not going to include these books. They don't need, nobody need to know about that. This is the Bible, the official version. Even in my own life, I've been in church. I've went to church with people. I grew up in the church. I've seen people's parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and even sitting as a young child, I mean, like, all these people ain't Christians. Not to believe what they are. However, when you look at Christianity, it's just like, no, but some pretty bad things have been done in the name of Christianity. Genocide has been committed in the name of Christianity. The what's it called? The Holy Wars. I
think the Holy Wars. I think you called it what it is.
No, it's something. It's called something. The Knights Templar and all of that. Anyway, yeah, the Holy Wars it was war and genocide in the name of Christianity.
Crusades.
The Crusades. Thank you. The Crusades. All of that. That ain't just them. Oh, we got to do. No, it was atrocious. Just horrible what was going on during that time. I just know all this just because, like I said, I'm in history, but I like to learn about history and stuff. So when you have somebody like this, or you got people that, do these things and still call themselves Christians, there ain't nothing new. That ain't nothing new under the sun. Unfortunately, I know people don't look at it that way. Oh, no, he ain't no people have been since the foundation of Christianity, people have been doing evil things and calling themselves Christians from the beginning of Christianity. Me personally, I draw the line. Like I said, I've met people in my life where I'm like, you can call yourself that all you want, but that ain't what you are. That whole, just real quick, regardless of what you do, you can just, admit to to the Father and the Son, and this is your thing. I don't think people truly believe when they say admit it with your heart that they actually know what that means. I think it's a lot deeper than just saying the words, oh, this is what I believe. I'm about to die and go to heaven now. Because if I leave from here and go to heaven, I'll go up there and see some things, I'm going to get kicked out, depending on who I see. Because some things is wrong. Ain't no way.
This is the reason why I asked the question. I'm confused because in the same people that I feel like are like he's a Christian are the same people that would demonize someone who identifies as gay or would demonize
absolutely.
someone who is trans. And those could be the same. Those could also be people who identify as Christians. So that's why I'm a little confused on where this line is drawn, because I have watched people who have done, if it's sin, it's a sin against themselves, not a sin against someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're saying, oh, you shouldn't be fornicating. Well, they had sex with someone else that was, we're going to say it's consensual, right? What they did had no effect on anyone else, did not change someone's trajectory as far as in life, did not put people in unsafe scenarios due to rhetoric that they were saying. But those people would be demonized in their behavior that was something that, if it is actual sin, was just to themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time understanding, not that we have the right to draw a line, but if we drawing lines, then where the heck is the line?
Yeah. So, and that's why for a long time now, since again, probably my teenage years, when I hear people say they're Christian, I've always looked at it no different from saying, calling out what like race they are. Like, that don't mean anything. Just because you say you Christian, that don't mean you ain't the worst person walking the planet. Like that means that literally we still have nothing in common just because you say you're Christian. Like simple as that.
Yeah.
Like when like they try their best to like demonize being Muslim. It's just like, that's why Muhammad Ali went to Africa. It's like he could go over there and see people that look nothing like him, and all they needed to know was he's Muslim. You're welcome into my house as my brother, as my sister, as my, please come, sit, eat with us. Who are you? What's your name? Interesting. They didn't care. It didn't matter. He's Muslim is all they needed to know. I can go to whatever country, whatever city in the United States that is not heavily populated by black people, or by black people, see a cross or I'm a Christian or whatever on a bumper and go up and be like, can I have some, y'all invite me in your house, and not get shot, not think I wouldn't get shot or something. Like, like I said, I don't, when people say the whole Christianity, it's used so loosely at this point. People don't know the true meaning.
That's what
they
I
get.
said.
The loudest are usually the worst when it comes to that. Of you, when you, anytime it's side by side. We said the same thing with the. That's why we had a conversation about how the American flag is no longer viewed as the American flag the way it was. It's like to a lot of people, it's seen as a racist symbol because it's a lot of times flown in the same vein as that.
Yeah. Right
beside the Confederate flag, right there with hatred and all that. It ain't the flag's fault, but that's the one they always wave whenever they doing something wrong. So with Christianity, it's just like, well, no, I'm Christian. That don't make it okay for you to go and do this, this, and that. And then again, you can't control what people are. So you got this person over here saying the evil things, doing the evil things, and they saying, oh, but I'm also a Johnson. Oh, that's your family, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's very, as I have looked at the discourse that has came out around this, and I look at people's need to defend this man in death, as far as in it's a weird, it's like I'm not defending his actions. It's that I'm just saying it's a shame that he passed. It's a shame pretty much when anybody passes tragically. I'm always going to question the need to put on a cape,
right,
for someone just because they claimed to have the same religious beliefs as you.
And what's even more interesting about just involving that whole realm, this is like, as much as people say, well, he was doing or saying this doesn't make it right that this happened to him, but by his standards, it made it right for that to happen to him. Like, and that's like,
I don't think
like,
he could have.
He didn't agree. I mean, you don't agree what happened to him should have happened, but he agrees what happened to him should have happened.
Right. according to him,
according to his words,
he died the best way possible.
Yeah. In the name of the Second Amendment.
Yeah. According to him. Not according to me.
By a unqualified, thankfully it wasn't by a DEI. It was by someone qualified.
I haven't seen this type of discourse around someone's deserving or not deserving to pass in forever. Even when George Floyd died, while there were dissenters definitely trying to create, him being one of them actually, not George Floyd, the man whose name I won't speak, while there were dissenters definitely trying to deflect off of what happened.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've ever seen this type of discourse of trying to hush or shun people that might not be saying, they're not saying any lies. They're just putting, it's a little different. If people were saying racist things, if just like, because nobody's saying that this man did not die of a gun shot. Everybody knows that. Where people are saying that, some people are saying that George Floyd, he didn't die because of.
Yeah, no, it was a drug overdose. That's what they say.
Yes, they were trying to actually change how he actually perished. But these people are trying to basically say how you should mourn or not mourn. I don't feel like that was the case with George Floyd. I think with George Floyd, it was very much so a thing of, that's not really what happened. The police really did not use too much force. There was at one point in time where they tried to say he was a bad guy, but not saying they weren't saying that he was a bad guy and deserved to die that way. They were just like, don't hold him up because he's a bad guy. With this man, it does feel very much so people are like, no, you cannot say anything in the negative. You can't bring up anything in the negative because no one deserves to perish this way. It's just a very weird.
Yeah.
It's odd.
And what truly infuriates me, and somebody's Patreon said in the Patreon, is we literally had another horrible school shooting the same day that was completely overshadowed by a debatable deserving of someone that went away. Like completely overshadowed. This is like, how sad is this?
It truly is. It truly is. And still the conversation around gun reform is still muted.
Yeah.
Still muted.
And that's why I can't stand when people say, politics or this country, there's no place for violence. It's like, y'all can't say America ain't violent.
Our need for guns is insane. And because we won't do a strong reform, demilitarize our police, we are willing to keep picking folk off.
Yeah.
Left and right.
It's like this.
And Christianity is what's ruling the country. So we can't even, people can't blame other religions.
Nah. They say the other religions are the dangerous ones. It's like, no. This country was colonized on violence and Christianity. It was built on slavery, Christianity, and violence. It is ran on violence. Like
somebody was saying there's truck drivers missing. See, I ain't heard nothing of it. I just keep this pale man's face just keep up in my. Actually, I think TikTok and Instagram knows that I'm not actually interested in it. Again,
no, I haven't. That second day, I think stuff kept coming across my feed with him. And I wasn't really paying attention, but after that, I haven't really seen a bunch.
Yeah,
and I know that's what a lot of people are talking about, but I'm personally not diving in because it ain't got nothing to do with me, and I don't care.
It's caused a lot of conversation at our kids' school, just like the election did. Politics. This is politicized because it is. This was a political death. Trust and believe. That man was not killed as a random shooting.
Nah,
He was
not at all.
purposefully targeted because of the rhetoric and his beliefs that he expressed on political stages. That is what that was.
By another group that didn't think he was as conservative. They didn't think he was conservative enough. That's why they claiming that this person was a part of a different group that didn't think he was doing enough or didn't speak to the right things. White on white crime.
You're so stupid. Well, we would love to know your thoughts on this. On where is the line, and why do we think, specifically as Black Christians, the line is being drawn differently for this man than what we would have typically seen within our own church history of lines being drawn when we talk about sin and behavior that we would think would be unfitting for someone to call themselves a Christian. We would love for you all to follow us on social media. I go by That Chick Angel on most platforms.
Instagram, Marcus on the gram. Facebook, Marcus on the book. TikTok at Tank Don't Talk. You can find my building body butter called Man Shit. And you can go to mansyt.com and check that out.
You can also go to Shop Mama Likes for your bonnet and robe and therapy books and affirmation card set, as well as other face and body products. You can also check out our sponsor, Skylight Calendar, at myskylight.com/argue and Shopify at shopify.com/argue. Plus, you can join our Patreon for the low of $5 at patreon.com/angel, where you will get episodes of Mommy Confessions, episodes of This Is Going to Cause an Argument, and episodes of Here's the Thing. So until next time, we'll talk to you beautiful people later.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good one, fam.
Bye.